Hello!
Welcome back. I couldn't even tell you what episode we're on, but we're back on Couple Goals
For now.
for now. So, before we start this episode, we're going to do the episode as we always do, but we've got an announcement. You take it away.
Well, as you know, we're moving to Nashville and
In 3 weeks.
3 weeks, it's crazy. But Lockie's off to Europe
Tomorrow.
which is pretty crazy.
And we, as you guys are all aware, we've had people messaging us saying, where on earth are the episodes? And one thing that we don't like doing is being inconsistent. That was never the intent when we started. However, the last 6 weeks has been chaotic. The moment that we got our visas and we're like, all right, we're moving. Obviously, we've had to find accommodation. There's been, as people know, when you move house, but then move countries, and also careers. I run a business, you run a business. There's been a lot of stuff that's had to happen there that we've had to get on top of, unfortunately, but it's almost done.
Almost done. Things are looking really great for our move. We are heading off to... Pardon?
We have apartments?
Yeah, we have apartments and we're all going to be living on the same floor next door to each other, which is super cute. So we'll be really close together and we're going to be touring a whole lot. So we wanted somewhere that we could just like lock up and leave. But yeah, we've got another 2 weeks in Australia, pretty much. 3 weeks. I've got 3 weeks, but you're off to Europe tomorrow to compete in Spartan racing.
Yes.
Which is crazy. So yeah.
For those who are in Belgium listening to this, maybe I'll see you. Maybe. But anyway, this is going to be our last episode for a while. So one of the cool things about America, as Amy was just saying, our place is lock and leave, which is awesome. However, it has some cool stuff in it. And one of the very cool facilities that it has is its very own podcast studio, which makes it easier for us because we actually don't have to set up the studio. We just walk in, push play, talk some shit, press play, and then you can listen to it.
Pretty exciting.
It's quite exciting.
But that being said, it's going to take us a while to settle in. I'm going to say at least 2 or 3 weeks before we really start to film.
I'd say a month minimum, so that gives us at least a week, probably 5 weeks before we're back regularly.
Okay, and we're going to be moving towards seasonal podcasts, so that's going to give us a bit more consistency. It's going to give us time to get cool guests as we start to meet people. And yeah, I think that
12-week seasons roughly, or something like that. We might do 2-3 seasons a year.
Yeah, the consistency is what we're aiming for, so you guys aren't left in the lurch. Wondering where the hell we are.
We're everywhere.
But thank you for being here still and supporting us and wondering when we're gonna drop an episode. So this one will be our last one for season 1, and
which was
we'll be back again.
We've have learned a lot.
We have.
It's been fun. Anyway. Well, what do you got for us this week? Read on Reddit. Actually, no. Well, I suppose we gave an overview of what's been happening.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped a single.
We just watched a film clip launch on YouTube.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it on YouTube, what's it?
Yeah, it's Overthinking by Amy Shepherd. I filmed it a couple of weeks ago now, 3 weeks ago maybe. And it was shot in slow motion, so I had to do it all like, I'm overthinking, like really slow. And then Jules and Renee were doing my makeup. So when they sped it up, my mouth was moving at normal speed, but Jules and Renee were in fast motion.
It was wild.
Yeah, go check it out if you haven't seen it. And also I've done a film clip for Shepherd. We were in Melbourne. I got really sick, which is great. You got really sick.
Yeah, it was crook.
What else has been happening?
I've not had the best prep. I was sick for that week, which destroyed me, and then I pulled my calf 10 days ago, and so I've not had a very good last 2 weeks of preparation for Belgium.
But anyway, it is what it is.
It is exactly what it is.
You're going to do your best, so
yes,
it's just pretty cool that you get to go and represent Australia.
Yeah, very cool. You check my Instagram for some photos.
Woohoo.
Not pet peeves. What do you got on Reddit this week? I've actually, to be honest, I've really missed our Reddit. You read a funny one yesterday.
I know.
Did you find that one?
No, I've got another one.
But that last one was so good. I couldn't stop laughing. We were driving out to Somerset Dam to visit some friends, and Amy was like, "You got to listen to this." I was like, "All right, fire up, tell me." And it was the funniest analogy ever. But
it was something about like astral projection and their cat telling them. I think it was really weird. So I'm not going to tell that story.
No, it wasn't even that one.
Oh,
But anyway, carry on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Okay, this one is my 20. Oh, she's 22, right?
Mhm.
It's weird how they word this, but my boyfriend's older brother and his wife want him to be a sperm donor for their second child. So
Who was there a sperm donor for the first child, or?
no, what happened was
Oh.
my boyfriend's brother, who's
Mhm.
37 and they're 22, had leukemia 7 years ago.
Poor bugger.
He's healthy now. My boyfriend is very close to him, and is his only sibling. They call each other every day. So grateful for him being there for us always. He helped us get better jobs. Their parents died early, and they were raised by grandparents who were already very old. As he's 15 years older, he literally raised my boyfriend. Anyway, goes on a bit. He married a woman 10 years ago and they had a son, and his wife always dreamed of 2 kids. They were really sad after knowing from hospital that he is now infertile. So he went to the doctors all the same, but one day my boyfriend asked me, before I was going to work, what if he donated sperm? I said nothing as I never really thought about it. His brother's wife called me out of nowhere the same night at 2 a.m. when we were sleeping.
2 a.m.
She said to me in a passive aggressively, why wouldn't you allow him to donate sperm? Sorry, this is not written with us, as usual. I was surprised and said, what? She said, you don't know? Anyway, she told me they wanted kids to be closely related to both of them and they have good genes and like my boyfriend. Anyway, it goes on and on. It's written really badly. But what would you do in that situation?
If my brother asked me to donate sperm to his wife,
Yeah. But it's like the girlfriend's asking.
so if Cass, would I be asking
Yeah.
me for no? No, I don't know.
So I don't know either. It's a pretty tricky one. Like, how would you feel if your partner wanted to donate their genes to a sibling? First of all, I think this is where marriage becomes important, because if she's just a girlfriend, not just a girlfriend,
Yeah,
but
but not married.
not married, you know, who knows if they'll end up together. I'm not sure whether she has much of a say in this, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think it's her boyfriend's decision at the end of the day.
yeah. Well, it definitely put strain on. Like, if they do end up together and you go to family dinners, and like that young fella's running around that's part yours, like, would you get emotionally invested in that then too?
Yeah, you
Like,
would.
is it too close to home,
I don't know.
or would that work in your favor?
I think like having a bond is, you know, when a baby's born, you're carrying a baby for 9 months, like that's a bond that you can't. Or not even, it's not about even carrying the baby.
Are they gonna
it's
do
about
it-
when a baby's born and like the skin to skin contact and forming a parental bond
Yes.
is different to just like an uncle bond where you can't even though the genes are his genes.
That's a tough
But
one.
for the girlfriend, I don't know. Might be weird.
Yeah, and like, are they going to do it Handmaid's Tale way, or are they going to do it through like a, I'm kidding, through a
God.
clinic? You know?
Oh.
Who knows? I that would be one that I wouldn't pass comment on until if it ever actually happened, because I don't know. I've never even thought about that in my life ever.
What a tricky situation.
Wow.
But as I said, I think it's up
I can
to
think
the
about that on the plane tomorrow.
Up to the boyfriend. It's his body, his choice.
Yeah. Good call. Yes.
Very interesting story there.
Yeah, I've never thought about it. Like, normally I have opinions on most things, but that, I've got nothing. You've
Yeah.
stumped me.
Well, it is amazing what some people have to go through and the decisions they make.
Yeah,
I think it's a very selfless thing that the brother would do.
definitely. Oh man, yeah, definitely. I don't know what I'd do. I'll have to think about that tonight when I sleep in
Yeah.
dream world.
So you guys,
What
going
would
back
you
to
do?
Yeah, what would you do? But going back to our podcast, and you know, knowing that we're going to be in America, I just had a thought.
Mm.
Why don't you guys
Segue.
drop us some comments and suggest people who we should reach out to be on our podcast?
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, don't go A-listers because I don't know if we'll get A-listers right away. But if you can think of anybody, you know, they might be on some sort of episode of a TV show, or they
Yep.
might be
Mhm.
an up-and-coming country artist. If you can think of anyone who you'd like to see
Athletes.
on our podcast
Yeah.
for season 2,
Let us know.
let us
Well, you know,
know.
in the link in our Instagram, you can drop all that there. I was just thinking as well, but now I just forgot that thought. You were talking about America. I was very excited about America, and now I've forgotten my train of thought. And I was hoping that by saying America again, it would click back into gear, but it didn't. So that's unfortunate.
We're doing well.
But do you know what's wild? So yesterday I went shopping and I just did one final shop before we moved. So good being a bloke. Literally bought 6 pairs of socks, 6 pairs of jocks, 3 white shirts, 3 black shirts, and a jacket. Done. And that's going to last me 2 years, probably.
I'm in a tizzy trying to pack. I've got 2 suitcases full, but I haven't weighed them. They have to be under 23 kilos, which is nothing. And I still have so much to pack, so I'm stressed. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. It's just like, I can't live without my favourite clothes.
Amy and I are very different here, and I'd love to hear from you guys as well. It's funny, I'd love to hear from you, and we're taking a 5-week hiatus.
You can still comment on
Yeah,
it. It's
sure.
still going to be active on the Instagram
Sure.
page.
Good point. Your love for clothes is very different to my love for clothes.
Yeah.
I don't have a love for clothes.
Let's.
So one of my buddies' house burnt down the other day. And he's like, man, it was horrific, obviously. And he's like, but one of the best things was, he's like, I had so many decisions to make about so many things. He's like, I had 4 pairs of shoes, you know, multiple surfboards, and I was 2 push bikes, all this stuff. And he's like, and I'd been slowly making decisions around which ones I was going to sell, which ones I was going to keep. And he's like, it was always so hard, I kept putting it off. And obviously when the house went up, he lost everything. He's like, as much as it sucked, he's like, those decisions were made for me. He's like, now I get to start again. And he realized that the more stuff you own, the more stuff you stress about and you have to worry about. And I was like, well, what I've learned about packing for American stuff is I don't have any stuff, really. Like, I have, the only thing that I can think that I really need to take is my podcasting if we travel. But aside from that, I'm like, socks, jocks, training shoes, that's it. Like, obviously I have stuff, but in terms of outside of clothing and my laptop and that, I don't.
Well, I have all the stuff, so
That's what I
are
mean.
you saying that I can take your suitcases?
No. I'm just saying you'll worry more than I will. That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
yeah.
pet peeves.
Pet peeves. Have you thought of one?
Yeah. Well, you've been really good to me. You've helped me pack today.
Yeah.
You've gone and got me snacks for the flight. But
What have I done?
this morning, actually no, I got another pet peeve. We drove 90 minutes one way yesterday and 90 minutes back. And normally we share. One person will drive one way, the other person will drive the other way. This did not happen, and I did not get any, hands up saying, hey, I'll help. It was just like, good luck, buddy. Get in that car and drive. And I was so tired.
You're so good at driving.
And I just think, we're trying to strive for equality in our relationship. And I was left doing the hard yards there today.
I know.
Yesterday.
To be fair, I had 3 drinks, so probably wasn't safe for me to drive. Although, I did feel sober.
That's the worst pet peeve I've got.
I'll take it. We've been good.
We've been real good.
But
It's just like we've both been so extremely busy.
yeah. Well, my pet peeve is nothing really new, but I feel like you don't really think ahead. You're like, it's like Nashville. I have no stuff. I'm not even worried about it. And then last minute, you're like, and you realize that you actually don't have all the shit that you need. Like packing for Europe, I'm like,
yelling or
Lockie
anything.
gets hay fever. I'm like, have you packed any Telfast? Didn't even think about that.
No, I wouldn't have thought that until I had hay fever.
Like, yeah, and then packing, he's going to a wedding as well, and I'm like, hey, pack your suit. And he's like, yep, put the suit in, and I think I'm done. And I'm like, did you pack a shirt for under the suit? Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I think where that comes into play is I'm doing many other things, and then when I get to the moment, which is obviously right before it needs to happen, that's when I'm like looking through and thinking about what has to happen. I'm like, oh, that's not there. That doesn't. I
And
didn't think
then-
about that.
Then you do it last minute, and then it becomes an issue.
Yeah,
because you're like,
definitely. Well, it would become an issue anyway because I'd be pushing other stuff around, and then I get stressed anyway.
Mm.
So I think it's going to happen. You may as well push it to the very last second.
But now I think I have to think for both of us.
Did you do that anyway? I went to kiss Amy yesterday morning. First thing she said when she woke up, bing, eyes on. Watch out for the cat. I was like, that's the first thing you can say to me this morning?
I mean, to preface that, George and Kathleen, they moved out of their apartment and they've brought their cat over to come and live with my mum, and we're living with my mum as well. So suddenly we have this new cat, and it was its first night, and it was really scared, and I just didn't want Lockie to like forget to leave the garage door open and then it to escape.
When have I ever left the garage door open? I'd be more worried about than someone coming in and stealing shit and the cat getting out.
I don't know. I just wanted to remind you that the cat was there.
Anyway, I reckon we wrap this one up.
Pet peeves
Thank
are
you
done.
guys so much for your support on the first season. As Amy said, you can message us on Instagram. We will be slowly checking that. The next 4 weeks is hectic. You've got your residency at Movie World. I'm overseas. Then we're moving, obviously, and you know, as you all are aware, when you move, you got to set up your electricals, furnish the house, all that sort of stuff. So we'll be busy. But once we're settled, we're back, and we look forward to seeing your notes in the section of maybe people in America or around Nashville that you know of that you'd love us to reach out to. And we'll get some episodes back. We'll get a season coming out. So it'll be consistent, sweet listening.
Yeah, thank you